Good afternoon. So here we're back again. It's time to talk with Val Carson. Hope all is well for everyone this week. And we're continuing with another of our stars in the city highlights. And I just cannot say how just fortunate I am to have experienced so much just local and legendary talent. And now I get excited whenever I see some of the people that have graced Mississippi stages with talent, the legacy of the blues, the legacy of music in Mississippi. It is just something that needs to be a part of the fabric of our life, and particularly life in Mississippi. A lot of people think a lot of negative things about Mississippi. But when we look at some of the just grassroots, the legendary pieces that come together in Mississippi music, it's an endless story. It is something that there is no end to. So today, I'm not even fortunate. I am just blessed beyond measure. This guy came into my family life, and I was extraordinarily amazed. And every single time I hear him play, it changes my heart when it comes to what music has brought to the stages and the legacy of Mississippi blues. So today we have Mr. JOCK WEBB, who is a very humble, someone who does not always give the level of credit needed to what he brings. But let me say this, he doesn't agree, but I feel that my perception of this is as close to being 100% historically correct as it can be. But this has got to be one of the last of a very rare breed. Are you ready? Harmonica players of the world. Who plays the harmonica now? So when you hear this man play the harmonica, it is like something you've seen on TV that you didn't think would be in Mississippi. And the very first night I met him, he knew who I was and I knew who he was, but he trusted me with his classic harmonica case. I'd never seen anything like it before. It was a very nostalgic piece, and it just told a story about JOCK WEBB and what it means to play the harmonica. So now you have to tell us, how did you come about getting started playing the harmonica?
Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
1987. June.
Okay.
Springdale Mall, I think it was a Bel Air Mall.
Uh-huh.
Stationed there in the Coast Guard.
Okay.
I was going through a divorce. We went to the mall. Going through a divorce now.
You're such
went
a funny storyteller.
To pay the last payment on the wedding ring. Going through a divorce. And my ex-wife, well, my wife at the time, soon to be ex-wife, I saw a harmonica in the music store window and bought it for me.
Oh, well, wow.
And such is the hell and gloom.
But that was a nice divorce gift. Like, really? But how did you, so you get a gift, you're gifted with a harmonica.
Is that a gift?
That was a gift.
That sounds like
that was a gift.
Preparatory.
But that was a gift.
I think it was
Okay, but how did you learn how to play it?
Who
Taught you?
I taught myself.
You're kidding. I didn't know that. Wow. So you didn't say, I want a harmonica, or, like men always throw hints about what they want.
No, I never wanted to be a musician. I didn't want anything to do with being a musician.
Wow.
I grew up around a lot of incredible artists.
Oh, I'm sure.
But a lot of them, I didn't like the life.
The lifestyle, yeah.
The drugs, alcohol,
right.
children all over the planet, alcohol, drug problems, all these craziness. And I didn't want any parts of that.
So you teach yourself how to play the harmonica, and then you become like just the go-to guy for harmonica.
I mean,
performances. Like people are like, I can't even wait till we get to that topic about your latest venture. But you've been on the blues trail for a long time here,
just making noise.
making noise. Oh my gosh! You know what? I've got so many clips of you at Blues Monday.
Well, to me, music is an interesting thing, and I don't think it's like it is for a lot of people.
No, it's not.
For me, it's not so much as entertainment.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I don't think it's entertainment for me at all because I hate to hear myself play. But for me, it's a healing, it's a cleansing for me.
Okay.
It's a baptism. My first music mentor was old Alabama blues legend and Hall of Famer Mr. Willie King.
Okay, yeah.
And he used to say it was a baptism, and I didn't understand it then. Of course, I was 28, 29 years old.
Couldn't imagine what he was talking about.
Baptism, blues, gospel. But I was young and didn't know.
Right, right.
Blues and gospel are one and the same.
Oh, yes.
They are, matter of fact, we allow the commercialism of our culture to dictate who we are and what we are, rather than go to the root of what we are and where we come from and where we still are. We have tried to adjust to present day, or especially in this country, this society of ours, the same society that has written books about who and what we are.
Right.
We're less than human.
Right.
We're this, that, those, and the other. We've allowed this society to tell us what we are and who we are.
Right, right.
And when people start talking to me and asking me about, well, you say such and such ain't the blue. Well, I this, that, those, other. And I read this book that said this. I don't give a damn what you read.
Right.
You can't find out about me in a book.
Right, right.
My culture didn't start in a book. You've tried to decipher it for your own good and conducive to your own lifestyle and behavior to make me what you want me to be for you.
Right.
Like bringing me here as a tool, but not as a person.
Right.
So how dare you tell me about a book that was written by some hypocrite
Right.
who told me I had a tail?
Right.
I don't have a tail.
And then music was such a part of the communication in our culture for centuries that now, and this is my thing, in the wake of AI generated music and all that, I'm still just a fan
When
of
you
classic
talk to
blues.
me about AI,
Right.
I'm in agriculture. I'm in
Right.
I'm in all of that. When you talk to me about AI, I'm thinking about artificial insemination of goats and sheep and cattle and horses.
But music is, I mean,
But that other stuff, I'm not even concerned.
not
I
even
got
right.
I got a 26-year-old son. If I need to know some technology, I just talk to him about it.
But the music, I told somebody the other day, it may sound good, but until you experience like what Mondays bring, I missed Monday, and and like you said, it's something soothing to me because I try to go where people are so I can share where people perform.
But you said something, and I think that we overlook, and it's extremely important. We said it's supposed to sound good. It's supposed to feel good.
Exactly. And that's what you get on Mondays, and that's what you get
Music
with
is
blues.
supposed to feel good, and we don't get it. There are artists that get on stage trying to sound good,
Right.
but then there are those that get up and they want to feel good, and they want the audience
And
to
it's a
feel
part-
good with them.
And it's a part of them. You
If
can
I
see
can't,
it's a
if
part
I
of them.
can't take that audience with me when I get in that groove,
Yeah. Oh, you get into the
if
groove.
I can't get
man.
that audience to come there with me, then I'm not doing what I need to do.
But what I tell people is, a lot of times, just a simple outing with that kind of music, incorporated into that night, that evening, or that outing, it just brings a sense of pleasure and relaxation that a lot of people take for granted. And I think that for me, being from a therapeutic clinical background, I try to get people to the simplicities of things in life that will lighten their load before you start talking about, oh, you need some medicine, or, and trust me, I do believe in medications, but I think that people need to get to some of the things that bring pleasure naturally. And this level of music brings pleasure
look,
naturally.
my body hurts every single day. I'm in pain. I'm in deep pain every day. My body's injured. I've had some accidents, so I'm injured. Emotionally, I'm injured from childhood to this point. Emotionally, I am severely injured. Those injuries that you can't treat with medicine. Counseling can put a Band-Aid on it and kind of help you to navigate. But I'm injured. My music takes me through it.
Right. It does.
For me now, I don't know about other people.
Well, you make people, when you perform, you make people feel like they can find a relief in the music. Like it just gives you a sense of calmness.
Wow.
When you experience the performances. So you've been with the Blues Trail and that Blues Monday group for a long time. How did you get with them? What was the inspiration behind you getting with them?
I got a call one Sunday. I used to play at this juke joint in Panola, Alabama with old Clarence Bluesman Davis, another Alabama Blues Hall of Famer. Every single Monday, Panola, Alabama.
Alabama.
If you've never heard of Panola Day in Alabama, then you ain't never heard of nothing.
Well, I've never heard of Panola,
it's
Alabama.
The same.
Now I know.
It's the same town. So we used to play every Sunday night at Dutt's place.
Dutt's, okay.
Oh, Lord.
A juke joint.
Oh, yeah. But I got a call from a guy, Roger Stevenson, who then was the president of the Magic City Blues Society. I said, hey, JOCK WEBB, I got a friend coming down from Martinsville, Virginia, and he wants to check you guys out down at Dutt's place Sunday. So I want to go down there, and will you ride with us? I said, well, I got to go anyway. Will you ride with us? Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize I think he was trapping me. If I ride with them, then I'm stuck.
No, you can't leave. You can't say no.
So we get to Dutt's place, and we, fried chicken, cigarette smoke, moonshine. We having a good time.
Not the moonshine.
Oh, yeah, Alabama hospitality. But we were having a great time. And towards closing, right? And we're sitting there talking. He says, the guy that was with him was named Robin Tomlin. He hosts a blues radio show in Martinsville, Virginia. Says, well, Robin and I want to go down the blues trail, the Mississippi Blues Trail. And we want you to go with us. Here comes the trap.
It's a trap. You got to go.
Okay. So we left Dutt Place that night, and then we're heading over to Mississippi, which is not far from Mississippi State Line. So I don't know where the hell we stayed, some hotel over in Mississippi.
Okay.
Get up the next morning, we go by West Point, Howlin' Wolf Museum.
Right, okay.
Which, to my surprise, there were pictures of me in the Howlin' Wolf Museum.
I'm not surprised. You're the one that's so surprised at all this.
Anything about that?
Well,
so we traveled on down the Blues Trail and eventually ended up in Jackson. And the plan was to go by Malaco Record. Mm-hmm. So we went over to Malaco, and I knew Wolf Stevenson. He and I talked a few times anyway. And then leave Malaco, and then meet Bobby Rush at Bully's Soul Food Restaurant.
Yes, Bully's is, neighborhood soul food.
I've known Bobby Rush for decades, of course, but I've never been to Bully's.
He is, oh my gosh, that's a whole
nother story. The last couple of weeks we were kind of hanging together. But
right.
So we met at Bully's, and of course, meat, oxtails, turnip greens.
Yes.
Yams, going red muffin, big 55-gallon drum of sweet.
Ready to take a nap after you ate because that's all you can do is take a nap.
We ended up in a great conversation. Mr. Bobby Rush and I always have such a great conversation.
Great.
We don't talk about music. We talk about our cultural history.
Yeah.
And that's no different.
And at the mayor's inaugural ball, not to just deviate to that, but I was so fascinated. He, in the midst of singing, he loves his entertainment. He's funny and all that. But he stopped for a minute, and he gave such an inspirational piece about how we as a community needed to now embrace, our mayor and other leaders to not just come out and celebrate with music and food, but to embrace our community and the future for our children.
Of course.
When he said that, the room just went like, okay. And then it went right back to the music, but it showed where the music brings this camaraderie for our community. So, yeah, he's a very, very inspiring person.
So this blues DJ, we're supposed to be interviewing Mr. Rush at Bullies. And so we're talking. And then walked some other people. Turns out they were some rap artists from Mississippi, but were just passing through.
Right.
And so we're all kind of, and the owners of Bullies introduced all of us, you know. And so we're having a good conversation. And like I said, that was my first time at Bullies. Great place.
Oh, yeah.
It's a down-home grandmama kind
Oh,
of
it's
place.
been the same for, I mean, I don't want to tell my age, but
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
the same for at least over half of my
Well,
life.
as long as it's the same tomorrow when I go there
Yeah.
tomorrow to get me some oxtails.
Okay,
some
I might have to
I'm
go
good
with you on that one then.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we ended up in a really good conversation. But this DJ, for some reason, it seemed more bragging about when he saw Bobby Rush over here, and I saw you over there. And when you came overseas to such and such in England, I went to your show. And I'm like, wow, huh. Then it was all of a sudden, he turned around to the people in the back table like, hey, look at me, look who I'm sitting with.
Right.
Well, you got the wrong idea about this thing because this man is history.
Right. Right.
You know, there are some souls on this planet that live beyond legendary status.
Right.
And they function in life beyond legend. And Mr. Bobby Rush is one of those people.
And then when you talk about legendary and history, the Blues Trail, the markers, you know, and it seems like people that tour here, people that come here as tourists, they will bring up the markers more than I think some people even know about the markers.
Yeah.
And,
that's right.
When people started going to Howlin' Miles, like Howlin' Miles has been around so long.
I think 17 or 18 years straight.
Right. But they always embraced this whole journey for the Blues Trail. And I know it stopped a little bit during COVID, but then
Not quite, but kind of sort of.
it's you know, the whole COVID shut down, but it just picked right back up.
Well,
you know.
And that was one of the things when I started there. So one of the things I wanted to point out about that conversation at Bullies, this DJ who was supposed to be interviewing Bobby, seemed like it was all about his ego. And so, of course, as always, me and Mr. Bobby Rush are having always a great conversation. And I said something, and Bobby Rush says, well, hold on right 1 second. He need to hear this. He said, hey, man, hey, fella.
Yeah, that's him.
Turn around here.
That's him.
You need to hear this.
That's
so
him.
Bobby had me repeat it to him.
Yeah.
And so we had a good time. But afterward, the plan was to go to Howlin' Miles and check out their Monday night.
Blues. Wow.
I'd never been there.
Wow. Okay.
Never been there. And so we go there, me, Roger Stevens, and Robin, and said, okay, you have to put your name on this book. So I put my name on the book, and I think it was like $3, $4, $5. You pay
Right.
And I'm like, okay. So when it came my turn to get up, I'm listening at the band, Lonnie and the Cats, Chili Willie was on bass, he's dead and gone, bless his heart.
Yeah.
Just a great group of guys, Abdul Rashid.
Yeah.
These guys they were hitting on all 8 cylinders.
Yeah.
They were on the show. I'm like, wow.
Oh, just a room full of energy. Just
a room full of love.
Yeah, there's a lot of, but it's such nostalgic energy that is just amazing.
The people, it was the Blues Society, it was just everything.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
And I'm thinking, these people get it. I'm listening at the conversation and Pat Brown was the hostess.
Oh yeah, she was phenomenal. Like I think that if you didn't experience the Blues Monday with Miss Pat, it's like
you missed something.
You missed something. I mean, look, the house band is great. I love him, but Miss Pat used to bring something to that show that as a younger person,
Well, she brought the spirit. You know,
Right.
blues is so spiritual.
And the way she would close out with her song and to hear her voice, it was such a mellow sound that, like I said, it brought what I want to see people experience, a natural peace from some of the things that our culture gives us automatically to resolve our
Well,
life stressors.
I got a chance to play, and the band gave me a platform like no other. Just a great platform to express myself, and for whatever reason, the people liked it. I remember Mr. Hilliard Williams. They just memorialized him
Yeah.
yesterday or the day before. Wonderful person.
Yeah.
I mean, a wonderful person. This person came to Chicago to hear me. Birmingham, Clarksdale, the King Biscuit Blues Festival.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I tell you, Biloxi, to hear me play. That's crazy.
So,
It was the spirit of that entire room. And so after I got a chance to play that first night, Malcolm Shepard, who is still the president of the Central Mississippi
yeah,
Blues
Malcolm
Society.
does. Malcolm is so entertaining.
Well,
Like,
Malcolm, his whole family, they're just those kind of people. Jewel Bass, you know, little Malcolm Shepard and Monica Shepard. He's about a family of incredibly talented people,
right.
including his brother-in-law who plays guitar there now, you know, Bernard Jones.
Oh, yes.
These people
Yeah.
are just incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we Malcolm and I had a great conversation. I said, man, these people, they get it. They get it. He said, well, man, come on back. You know, and we enjoyed that. We need a good harmonica player. I don't know about good, but I'll be back. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll be back next Monday. And that was probably 2-3 years prior to COVID, and I've been coming back ever since.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do this. Murph probably gonna get me for this, but I'm gonna try it. So I don't know how you don't know how exciting this gets, but when you get on stage, when you hear you start playing, it is an experience. There's not a sad face. There's not, it's a wonderful thing. And that's just a snippet. Like, God, this is just a snippet. But I'm gonna get him because I've got my own clips, and I'm gonna give them to the boss man, and he's gonna fix it up. But tell me now, because I don't want to talk too long before I get to what you didn't tell me about last week. So now this is like brother to me. This dude is like brother to me. But normally we get our weekly picture together. But he forgot to call his sister and say, hey, Morgan Freeman invited me to the Nashville Symphonic Blues Show. Please tell me about what that meant and I know it's on YouTube, and we're going to clip it in so that people can find that link and enjoy that whole piece with Morgan Freeman, because it looks like it's a phenomenal trend. But tell us about how you get with Morgan Freeman.
Mr. Morgan Freeman.
Mr. Morgan Freeman, and go
like,
to
Mr. Bobby Rush. These are people that live beyond legend status.
Right.
They are an entity.
Right.
You can amount that to the Mahalia Jacksons and Dr. Martin Luther King. These people are beyond legend status. They are an entity or a spirit that I think we are gifted to just completely just to do something to the spirit of who we are as in humanity.
Right.
And Morgan Freeman is no exception. I've watched him as long as I can remember.
Right.
But he doesn't just act a character. He becomes that character.
He does.
But if you watch and listen to his behavior, there's always a message to what he does.
And
incredible person.
I think what fascinates me about him at this point in my life and in watching him over the years as an actor, a community advocate, a philanthropist, but what he brings to the cohesiveness of music in the Delta with Ground Zero and staying in a part of this
I'd
blues
met him
trail?
before, and we were one of the featured bands in that documentary that CBS and 60 Minute did on Ground Zero with Kingfish and whatnot. I was with Keith Johnson and Big Muddy Blues Band. We played that night.
Okay.
Keith Johnson is the great
Right.
of the Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
And if you watch that clip, I'm the guy that when he came around, Morgan Freeman made his round. I was sitting at the end of the bar waiting to go play, and he stopped, shakes my hand, and starts talking to me.
Right.
But we had a conversation before, and I talked to his people, been talking to his people for years. I'm all things farming and agriculture, so I'm also a beekeeper.
Right.
And Morgan was trying to start up a 200-acre, I think it was, bee sanctuary.
Okay.
Pollinated. Without bees, I ain't nobody going to be here. But that's another story. But, and the unique thing about that particular time was for this person to stop and talk to me the way that he did.
Right.
And incidentally, you always tell me I don't tell you stuff. That particular year.
See, now I get another story.
that particular year, I was actually featured on 60 Minutes twice that year. One with a recording I did with Sona Jabarte.
Okay.
West Africa, Gambia, West Africa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Incredible artist.
Okay.
Which, again, because of my relationship with Blue Monday, Howley Miles and the Central Mississippi Blues Society, that artist got in touch with me through the Mississippi Tourism Bureau.
Okay. Okay.
They wanted to link the West African blues with the Delta blues.
Oh, wow.
And so that's how they got in touch with me. And incidentally, I looked all over for a studio to do that. And I ended up recording it at Cuz Studio in Cleveland, Mississippi. So it's pure Mississippi, which is interesting. But
that's why everybody thinks you're from Mississippi, because you're always here doing something. And
nobody
knows anything about, like, Alabama, JOCK, WEBB, and Alabama. Like, I knew, but I didn't know. I thought it was, I work in Alabama, and I come home because I'm from Mississippi.
So, which was interesting, when they viewed that, when they showed that, I'd been featured on 60 Minutes twice that year, which was my third time. Another program I did with Wynton Marsalis in the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
Great.
is just incredible. But my point is this, that, so when I got a call, I was actually on my motorcycle heading out to the Delta to do the Delta Heritage Festival.
Yes.
And I saw where Miss T from Ground Zero was on, and I know when she called me, she means business. So I pulled over on the side of the road, and she told me, well, you know, this Morgan Freeman thing, da-da-da, and they want you on the harmonica, da-da. And I'm like, are you expecting me to say no?
I don't even know anybody else that plays the harmonica. Like, I've never.
Oh, there's some great cats out there.
I know, but I'm
The
talking about
incredible
just locally.
Kim Westland.
But I'm just talking about locally. I'm
Charlie
saying,
Musselwhite.
But I'm saying locally, like someone that would say, hey, we saw this guy and he played harmonica. Not in Jackson and not in some of the places and I've been to Ground Zero a bunch of times, been to the Bentonia Blues Festival.
There are a couple of guys that have come in over a period of time that play harmonica.
Well, y'all need to have some kind of get together or something.
And I don't
You need to call
I don't
them
really
up.
know them, and they don't come in very often. But Malcolm told me after I'd been coming here for a while, he said,
Right.
look, we need a harmonica player.
Right.
The blues is just,
Right.
without a harmonica player, we need a harmonica player. And so I started doing things with the traveling band, the Blue Monday traveling band.
Yeah, they told me about that because
Yeah,
they used
but
to do a lot
anytime
of
that
their shows.
I can do anything to help what Central Mississippi Blues Society is doing, I'm going to do it because they get it. It's an educational opportunity. It's and the bylaws are simple. It's a cultural art, and it must have educational principles to it.
And when you talk about education, let me just say, it's just because you and I have another conversation that we're not going to bring up because we don't want to spoil. We want to do a spoiler on it.
Oh no, you're talking about.
I know, right? So, but one of the other things that I embraced when I started brainstorming, like this whole piece, just kind of like, I mean, there's a lot of internet, options and shows and things like that. But it was just me wanting to, in all these conversations I had with people, to just like put it out there a little bit more. And even though I want other people in other places to know what they can experience in Mississippi when they come, one of the things that I embraced a lot too is the youth that is coming to the Blues Trail. Every week you see the younger musicians that are just fascinated with the legacy, and they come in and they do their thing, and you can tell it's just grounded. It's not make believe, it's not pretend, they're not trying to change it. They're trying to absorb it, and they're trying to be a part of the legacy. Well, and I love that piece when y'all
I'm going
pull
to
that
sound
younger
kind of like
group in.
I'm going to sound kind of like a hypocrite, but something you said earlier, I have to check myself right here this moment. The talent that's in Mississippi, the deep, incredible rooted culture of who we are, not just as a people, but who we are as a country in our so-called civilization.
Right.
In this area, people take it for granted because it's just there. Mr. Bobby Rush is somebody that makes his home here.
Right.
They take it for granted. They see it as just another day of, hey, Mr. Rush, you're going to get your usual today. You know, they see these things as just a day in their life.
Right.
And there was a album by the incredible Wes Montgomery, jazz guitarist, beautiful player.
Right.
A day in the life. And that's what they see it as. Well, let me check myself, because those are things I have to make sure that I don't take for granted. My music is just a breath that I take.
Right.
That's what it is. And don't get me wrong, I thank God for it, every breath that I take. But on the other end, I don't hear what people hear.
You don't.
I really despise.
And that's where I have
play.
to. You may be pointing out your check on yourself, but no, that is something I do not agree. Which you are, that's your spirit. You're humble, but when I stress to you that it is not that simple, that even if some people may appear to take for granted these great artists and the humble artist that doesn't even think, oh, I'm not a great artist, I'm just a guy that's playing an instrument. But what it means to people, you have to see it from this side of the table. The stage is where y'all see it. You guys, you see the audience. It does something for you, but you're not the audience seeing you. You may watch other performers and know what that means to you. But when people see you, you have to understand that what we see is someone that's passionate, that's sharing something that is very, very soothing. So even though you may think you don't want to overcredit yourself, is what I see it as. The credit is there. And even though people now have to kind of pull back and say, oh, I like the way this sounds. Like the super producer, this guy is extraordinary. But the genres of music change from one instance in your life to the next. My parents were older, so I grew up with, old school blues, whatever. By the time rap came along, my dad was halfway still monitoring what I played in my car. And I'm like, I like rap, but I still embrace the 45s with B.B. King.
And I still do.
Right. But I'm saying these youngsters, they're getting more, as they get older, they're realizing that music sounds pretty good. Because if you look at music now, they clip everything. They put clips of.
When I start
you're going to watch it one day, you're going to have a clip of your harmonica piece on
when I start playing
hip-hop.
CDs and things, it just felt like something was missing. Oh, it was clear and all of this, that, those, and the other, but it still felt like something was missing. And I realized what was missing was that crackling of that needle going around that vinyl.
Yes. Oh my
to
goodness.
me, that crackling is one of the musicians in the music. You know what I mean? So I still collect vinyl. I collect 8-tracks.
Oh yeah, I buy vinyls. Like
Some of my cars have 8-track players in it, believe it or not.
I have a collection of vinyl albums.
Of course.
But what I found in my mom's was her entire collection of 45s. And you have to buy a 45 player. You can't. You got to buy one. But I found a 45 player, and it's a wonderful thing to sit there and flip the record over and play it over and over again. You know, the
That's
BB
because
King.
you are a young girl and you don't
I'm not
understand.
young.
I got some of the original stuff to play it on. You know, that quadrasonic stereo. You can stack those.
Oh, I got one of those old
33
school
on it,
consoles.
where the thing automatically feed it.
Oh no, the one that my mom had that got the lift up. It looked like a. Oh, that was a keeper. I would never lay it
for
down.
us. My grandmother, every Friday, she got off work. She did a lot of domestic work, of course. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's another story. Yeah,
deep story. But my grandmother. Well, I'll. It weighs heavy on the story that I'm trying to mention, so I'll do a little, as you put it, a little snippet of it. So my grandmother worked on a sharecropper's plantation.
As did mine.
In Tuscaloosa, Baker's Dairy. But the issue there, my mother brought a lot of scars, a lot of physical and emotional scars. She was held on that place. And it's a true story. My grandmother was repeatedly beaten and raped by the owner of that sharecropper's plantation. And the only way she was able to get off of that plantation, that was after trying to run off.
Right.
They burned her legs and feet. She tried to run off again. They stuck literally pitchforks in her feet. So her feet and legs were horribly disfigured.
It's good that you could relate to.
The only way she was able to get off of that sharecropper's plantation was when my mother was born.
Yeah.
And she was white like the plantation owner.
Yeah.
So and I guess you would say my grandpappy is a rapist white man. But that's another story. But the only piece my grandmother had was her music.
Oh, right. Okay.
Her music. So we grew up in a community called Rosedale.
Yes.
Not Rosedale, Mississippi, but Alabama, right outside
of
Birmingham.
We know there too.
So that's where we grew up, and it was all black owned and operated.
Right.
It was acknowledged as the black community in 1893.
Right.
One of the oldest African American communities in the state of Alabama. But with that said, it was helped founded and settled by a fellow named Edward Perkins Montgomery.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
His family and grandfather. Fast forward, Mr. E.P.'s son had a music store.
Okay.
That he called a psychedelic shack.
Oh, the psychedelic shack.
He named it that because when the Temptations were in town, they hung out there. That's where they stayed at that place. The equipment be all over everywhere. They sleep on top of the countertops and everything else. That's where they hung out. Mr. E.P.'s grandson is William King.
Okay.
One of the founders, and right now, this day, the last original member that is still performing actively in the Commodores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I grew up in a community with
musicians. Yeah.
So every Friday when my grandmama got off work, she would go by that music store. Every Friday she was going to buy a 45.
Right.
Every other Friday she was going to buy that big album, that 33.
Yeah.
And my brother and I would walk with her to her house, which was what we call up the hill from us. Mm-hmm. And she was going to listen to that music. She was going to talk to these spirits, as she called it, and nobody saw but her.
Right.
But she would talk to them.
But she was listening to her music.
She would talk to him. She would cuss and fuss and raise hell. She ain't talking to me and my brother.
Right.
She's talking to this thing.
But the thing about the music,
this emotional scar.
Yeah, but the music was her.
But the music was her healer.
Right.
And it was part of that visit. We loved our grandma. Oh gosh, she was a snuff dipper.
Oh wow!
And she drank that Gordon's gin.
Yeah, well, I know going to buy snuff was like you couldn't do anything bad, but you had to go get grandmama's
her snuff was bitter Garrett. We'd run over
yes.
and she'd have snuff spit everywhere. Yes. But boy, she'd give us some. Come here, boy, give me some sugar choc, them fat yellow jaw, But that thing, watching what music did for her. Meanwhile, because that gin was too strong for me and my brother, we sneak in my uncle's Red Dagger.
Oh gosh! So,
but
when we get
it was something. My point is, it was to watch her do this religiously every single week.
Right.
Every single week. It was that thing. She had been working for the white folks, in their house, and at the end of the week, she'd go home.
The music's time.
And so she pick her grandchildren up, me and my brother Corey, and she pick her music up. She already got that bottle of Gordon gin.
Right.
And that was her relief, and to watch what music did for her was just because she had so many deep scars.
So, right now, what would be like? I know you've got a lot of things coming up. Like you guys, what's the next blues show that you'll do? But I think Bentonia always has something. Seems like Bentonia always has something. I don't know what that means, but of course, I'm not doing anything official as far as saying, hey, I'm doing a piece for the Howlin' Mouse Blues Money. But if you want to capture what we're talking about, because there's so much story here. This is not his last time coming now because he knows I'm going to get him. I'm going to do the trap like the other people did. But I just want to say that this is what I wanted to embrace, is an explanation of how you pull the music to the healing and how musicians like yourself are so important.
Well, we can wrap it in one ball, kind of like what Mr. Morgan Freeman is doing with the blues and the symphony.
Mm-hmm.
We think that the blues started here in this country, and it's always been in existence. It came, as they say, came over on the ship.
Right.
People enjoy B.B. King's song, but he was on the song.
Right.
It came over on the ship, and we spread it all over the world. It has become everything in music, from the symphony orchestra, and take it on back to the blues. Yeah. As structured and cultural, as they say, refined as the symphony orchestra is, it still goes back to the blues. One thing that was flattering about this past week playing with the symphony orchestra in Nashville was the composer. When I walked in on the stage, he'd come off the stand and was excited to see me. JOCK, WEBB. Oh, my goodness, he's from London.
Right.
He says, oh, my goodness, I have these 3 scores just for you. I wrote them just for you. I've been watching the music and your clips and he's went on.
And we're going to get the clip and we're going to put it on here because I can't believe you didn't share it with me. But anyway.
Meanwhile, Kev Moe walked up to me, hey, man, what's going on? And so we sat there on the floor playing with his guitar, and he's a prepper, as he puts it. He likes to prepare. That's Kev Moe. And so this conductor's just, but Kev Moe is so laid back and relaxed.
Right.
So to have the opportunity, Kev Moe was the bonus about playing with this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, super great guy. You should, and he lives in Nashville. But my point is, what Mr. Freeman is doing with this thing, when you take people like Bobby Rush and Morgan Freeman, and there are a number of others out there, something Johnny Shines told me 2 days before he died. I was in his hospital room. You're young. I don't know how you got the blues wise in you like it is, but it's in you and it's got to come out. You don't have a casual position. You have a responsibility to carry it farther.
Yes.
And so that's to watch what Morgan and Bobby are doing. Neither one of them I could ever tell no. Well, there was that one time Mr. Bobby Rush was getting ready to go somewhere, and we were talking about some music, and I said, I ain't going nowhere. I got a teenage son. I ain't going nowhere.
Well, but and that's what I was, bringing together, that, our youth are embracing this.
My son loves my music.
Yeah, and that's why I want to share these opportunities, because there's so many people, even locally, that don't understand or where it's right there. And so we want to, just to wrap up, but I just want to say that this is the passion of highlighting this talent and what it means to me to share it with people, because everybody doesn't get to see it. I'm not even going to say thank you. I'm just not going to say thank you yet.
Cool.
I'm not going to say thank you yet. I'm going to say thank you later, because this is just, because we've already picked out 2 other topics to talk about. So, no spoiler. I love you. You
better remind me of those 2 topics.
Well, I'm going to remind you. Because
why I cut my hair off? Because I couldn't remember to cut it, to comb it.
I'm not going to forget. But I just want to say I'm glad you took this time to share this information, and I appreciate it. And so, guys, this is just a piece of something that I want to elaborate on some more with some more artists. But we want to thank, I'm going to let you guys thank him or just say next time. JOCK WEBB, this is a spot for you next to me. I love him. I love his music. If you want to check him out locally in Mississippi, if you're passing through, if you're a regular in Mississippi, if you're in the city of Jackson, check out Hal and Miles, Blues Monday, every Monday. You got to get there early to get your seat. But usually the harmonica man is going to make it to your table in the back one way or the other. And you got to see it to know what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to spoil it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He doesn't know. Well, you'll see. If you get here, you will see what I mean. Very, very exciting and phenomenal performance. I love you, and I will see you for the next conversation. So, okay. Thanks. This has been Time to Talk with Val Carson, our Stars in the City series, and we hope that you will check us out on YouTube and subscribe. Please subscribe, pass and share, and listen and learn and enjoy the moment. Yes.
So what Ms. Valor is doing is what I tell people. Don't read the book about you. Go to you, people like you, and find out about you. Early in the conversation, I said, Mr. Bobby Rush and I, we don't really talk about music. We talk about history. We talk about the culture.
Right.
So what Valerie's doing is she's giving you straight from, the artist, straight from the culture in itself. She's giving you the whole thing. She's not giving you some cut down version of what this culture is about. Part of our problem, we won't go out. We want to take a picture with these artists. We want to do this, that. No. Why don't you talk to them sometime?
Yes. And that's been the highlight for me. It's literally even just talking to local talent. So, guys,
There's
I'm telling you,
people here.
Do not short your experience without, hopefully we bring it to you like this, and it's great. But, yes, I want you to check out the show anytime. But do check out your local artists, support them, and like Mr. Webb says, it's not just a picture. Sometimes you stop and see if they've got a few minutes for a conversation.
Go out there, Jimmy Duck Holmes,
yeah.
Rush, Morgan Freeman,
yes.
Jesse Robinson. These people are still here.
Right.
Dorothy Moore. Go talk to the people.
Right.
Talk
and pass that history to your children, because our young generation, they need to know. So, again, this has been Time to Talk with Val Carson,
Thank you
Stars
so much.
in the City.
Honored.
And we will continue with our highlight of local talent. Thank you, and see you next time.